Hey everyone, Zephyr here. Today we are doing something a little bit different. I was checking my email earlier and came across a Steam key for early access to Everdream Village, a farm simulation game released in December 12th. I'm uploading this on December 11th, which means you can get your hands on the game tomorrow. The game itself is releasing in early access. However, I received an earlier version of that early access. The game is actually a sequel to the game Everdream Valley. Now, I personally don't remember hearing about Everdream Valley. It flew under my radar. It's a farming sim that was released back in 2023. The game has a seemingly mixed reception with the general public. So I'm definitely curious if the devs took into account the shortcomings of the first game, and whether this sequel is going to surprise us or repeat history. The game opens up with a cute scrapbook, showing off your character, who you unfortunately can't customize, but you can name her family, and their land. You also get some banter between your character and her mother. I played this game for 2 hours so far, and I can tell you there's no shortage of banter between the characters. It's funny and charming. The scrapbook reveals that your character has a magical hat that allows them to communicate with and transform into their animals, apparently left behind by a witch. Your character also reveals that they received a mysterious letter telling them that they had been selected to manage some land. You see, Everdream Village isn't just about farming, it's about building a community, a village. You also get to meet a talking cat, Radamesinus, who is an absolute icon. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but so is my character, so we're good. He informs us that there's islands surrounding our land where people actually inhabit, and maybe we could convince these people to move to our village. What we have now is more of a homestead, with just 2 homes, some crops, and a space for animals. It's going to take a lot of work to make this place a village. The first thing I noticed about this game was the graphics. I think the scenery around the homestead is beautiful. I love walking through the forest and seeing all the cute animals. And compared to what I've seen from the old game, this game is a huge improvement graphically to its predecessor. But let's get into the gameplay. At the beginning of the game, your family gives you various tasks to help you get the village set up, along with introducing you to different mechanics of the game. For example, your grandfather teaches you how to craft. The game has a pretty unique crafting system. I felt like I was putting together some IKEA furniture. Thankfully, the game also gives you the option to skip this puzzle if you don't feel like dealing with it, but you gotta pay coins for that. But you only have to do the puzzle once for each item. I will say I was playing the game on controller and I had to switch to keyboard and mouse because the crafting felt clunky otherwise. Keep that in mind if you're a console player. So the family ends up deciding that it'd be a good idea to welcome new villagers with a nice picnic. Your mom sends you to a spot she knows that's nice and scenic and asks you to clear out some weeds and bushes so the family could set up some tables and chairs for everyone to enjoy their picnic on. And this leads to my favorite moment of playing this game so far. We run into Sonic the Hedgehog, or I guess a bison. This animal moves quickly and the game wants you to chase it across the map. I just thought this was a really fun moment and I really enjoyed it. In fact, in the first couple hours of the game, you run into a couple quests like this where you have to follow people around, but unlike other games where it seems like the NPCs walk slowly, these ones are all professional athletes. They will outrun your character if you're not careful. And honestly, it's kind of a breath of fresh air because one of the things people complain about in video games is the escort missions where the person you're escorting is the slowest person alive. You will not have this issue in this game. At this point, the game teaches you how to befriend the bison. You basically give it grass and then he'll literally follow you around. So I ended up putting the bison in the cow pen. I'm not sure if I was supposed to. I haven't run into any issues with it so far though, so I think I'm good. Sometimes I find the game isn't really the greatest at explaining what's going on, but it's kind of not something I'm mad about because I think I'm just used to games holding your hand, and this game lets you figure things out on your own, and I appreciate that, I think. The dialogue in the game can be pretty crazy sometimes because why is my mother comparing me and her to Bonnie and Clyde, the crime couple, the famous crime couple? I feel like there's a lot to unpack here with this family. Okay, I poked fun at the dialogue a little bit, but I had a lot of fun reading some of the things these characters were saying to me. This whole cow interaction. My grandpa sent me out to look for 2 cows that had gone missing, and there was a mysterious 3rd cow. And this poor cat thought he was gonna have to give me the birds and the bees talk. And I just wanted to point out that the animals in this game are the absolute cutest. Like, look how happy they look. After we get the cows back, Grandpa is suddenly craving some milk, and we are blessed with the most incredible mini game I have ever seen. I have never felt so immersed milking a cow in a game before. I love the humor in this game. Like, this game knows what it's doing, it knows what it is, and I'm having a good time with it so far. The farming in this game is really smooth. It's really easy to like place down soil and water crops. Someone can obviously make like a very aesthetically pleasing farm in this game eventually. It's just, I'm not there yet, okay? Overall, I had a very good experience playing this game. As I said, I played a little over 2 hours of it and I had a very good time. And I'm still at the beginning of the game. There's a lot more content for me to discover. The game is in early access, meaning it's not finished yet. So a lot of the gripes I do have with the game right now may or may not be addressed in future updates. The early access roadmap looks really promising to me. Would I recommend getting this game right now? Well, it depends. The devs want people's feedback, so if you're willing to invest in the game and play it, go for it. But I also totally understand if you want to sit back and wait for the game's full release.